All right, guys, we're just gonna get right to it. Let's see. Alex Jones still has a lot to say about Candace Owens, so let's see where he's going with this now.
Let me give Candace Owens a little newsflash here, bitch.
Wow, he's coming out a little aggressive. First thing he says is, "Let me tell Candace, bitch."
You don't fucking sit up there on some hill and tell me who ate the cabbage. You don't sit there and tell me what to give you or what to do. You are suspect. You have the left boosting you, the left loving you, the left promoting you with your...
I'm not going to lie. That is a huge red flag for me. Now, you know, I get under attack a lot when I say that nobody's above criticism, including Candace. You know, the strong followers... And I'm a follower, and I believe in Candace, too. I love Candace, don't get me wrong. But if I see her do something or say something that's out of pocket or out of line, I'm not going to be afraid to speak up. I'm not going to be afraid to call it out. And I was skeptical of her a couple weeks ago, as, you know, some of you know. But after seeing how she bounced back and what she's said and done since, you know, it's like I'm optimistic. I want to believe in Candace. I want to believe that she's doing the right thing. And at this point in time, she has my full support. But for Alex Jones to come out, it's one thing if Alex Jones just comes out and says, listen, I'm skeptical of Candace because of A, B, and C, or she said this or she did that. But right away, the fact that he's making it a left versus right thing and saying, oh, the left, that's very suspect. Because at this point in time, we're at the tail end of 2025, baby. We're about to be in 2026. If you go into 2026 still believing this WWE left versus right drama, then you're a retard. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. There's no other way to say it. But let's keep going.
Royal husband, who we're about to expose. So get ready for that, George. So we figured you out. We got your number. And you can't stand the fact that you've run this big psyop and now it's coming to an end. This isn't about protecting TPUSA or Trump or anybody. It's about protecting the truth. And it's about us not sitting there dancing to the...
Yeah, but Alex, if you really wanted to protect the truth, why would you just be trying to put Candace on blast when Candace has been exposing a lot of truth? She's one of the only people that she's in the trenches, on the front line of exposing the truth and exposing the corruption that's been going on within our government and across the world. So why would she be your target? Why would she be your main target? Like, listen, am I going to say that it's totally impossible that Candace has some kind of connections and is some kind of globalist agent or something like that? Like, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to comment on that. I'm not going to rule it out. Do I believe it at this point in time? No. Do I think that, you know, there is some kind of probability about that just because of how high her position is? I mean, in terms of being an influencer. And basically what I'm trying to say with that is she has the #1 podcast in the world, okay? The second somebody gets to that level and they're #1 and they have all eyes on them, that alone is going to be enough to raise some kind of suspicion. But it's just to raise suspicion. And we're all aware of George Farmer and his connections. I mean, Fuentes was trying to call this out months ago. So, like, for Alex Jones to sit there, oh, I got it on George. Oh, just wait. It's all coming out, baby. Like, yo, Jones, Alex, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. If Alex Jones was really trying to protect the truth and expose the corruption, he wouldn't be going at Candace Owens playing the WWE left versus right game.
Pied Piper's lie of what you've done. Like I said, I got to investigate her now. I got a bad feeling. I didn't have a bad feeling. God gave me a good brain. I already knew. I dropped the ball. I apologize. She's a globalist agent. I dropped the ball and I failed you and I'm sorry. I got to follow my gut every time. It's never wrong. And I saw so much more she did. And I love her people threatening me and all their doxing of people and all that. You think that's going to make me go away? All you did was wake me up like a nuclear test site waking up Godzilla. So just get your asses ready. Because you want a war? I want your war. I want it all. I want the doxing. I want the lies. I want the attacks. I'm going to take you on.
I mean, all I just heard there is, I want attention. Like, that's really how he sounds. And I'm not trying to come at Alex Jones. I mean, a lot of people view him as a hero for the work that he's done. And I mean, a lot of people not so much. But there are a lot of people, like, Alex Jones has done some good work over the years exposing corruption. But, let's not pretend like there haven't been reports about him being an asset and him being a giant psyop. In case you forget or you're not aware, before Alex Jones, there was a man named Bill Cooper. And I don't think Bill Cooper thought the best about Alex Jones. In fact, Alex Jones gets a lot of credit for being the one to predict 9/11 before it happened and that they were going to blame Osama bin Laden. But it was actually Bill Cooper that made that prediction first. And Bill Cooper ended up in a shootout with police, I believe. Where did he live? Arizona? I haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet. I'm familiar with who he is, but I haven't investigated him like that. But I'm pretty sure that it wasn't long. It was 2 months after 9/11 that Bill Cooper got into a shootout with police and ended up dying. I think he shot a cop too, if I'm not mistaken. But, long story short, Alex Jones, a lot of times people try to act like he was some kind of Nostradamus for being the one to predict 9/11 when in reality, and Osama bin Laden's role in being the bad guy. But in reality, it was Bill Cooper. So there's always been allegations about Alex Jones being a fraud. And I never really believed it. I feel like, it's like what you see now with everyone calling each other a Fed. It's like, oh, Tucker Carlson's a Fed. Nick Fuentes is a Fed. Candace Owens is a Fed. It's like, listen, these influencers, every single one of them is going to get approached by some form of intelligence, whether foreign or domestic, at some point once they hit a certain level. And there may be a lot of situations where they may even work with them in certain areas over certain things. And, there's a difference between assets and agents. I don't know. And I'm not even saying anybody is an asset or an agent, but if you look at all the influencers and you look at everything going on, you have to, it's impossible for none of them to be being approached. You know what I mean? And it's very improbable that they're all turning them down. At least some of these people are working with some form of intelligence along the way. It's just common sense, really. But let's keep going.
Because you work for the deep state and the Democratic Party and the CIA and MI6, and I see your ass. So you just...
Again, anybody that's really going for the truth, the real truthers out there that are really trying to expose the corruption, they're not pointing out Democrats and Republicans. It's left wing, right wing, one bird. One bird. If you're not on that one bird page and have that mentality and approaching it from that angle, then I don't know. That kind of tells me that you might be a Fed or that you might be an intelligence asset. And I don't want to make that kind of accusation without, evidence. But to me, that's a red flag.
Get ready. This ain't my first rodeo. And I've got to focus. I focus so much on the big players. I don't focus on the little foxes that spoil the grapes. That's about it. Go look at this. So I go spend days burrowing into this stuff and find out it's all a lie. And I come out and say, Candace, I think you're being lied to. You're a wonderful person. You've been set up by Mitch Snow. No, she hadn't been set up by Mitch Snow. No. She knows every damn bit of it's a lie. And then because I have integrity and I don't sit here and make stuff up, I'm now the devil. Oh, Alex Jones is with Lockheed Martin to get me. Lockheed Martin, what do I know about that? All I know is I'm banned on everything but X and Rumble, and you're boosted on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube to everybody. I remember when I first started waking
even that doesn't mean as much as people might think. Even that. I got to tell you right now, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube. Everything I post on TikTok gets either taken down, I get warnings, I get strikes, or I get 5 views, I get shadow banned. I'm on my third X account. My third X account. I tried posting files I had on Epstein. They took down my account. I tried posting certain things that I had on other issues. They took down my account. It's mostly the Epstein stuff. Whenever I post a lot on Epstein, a lot of the files that I have, my X accounts get taken down, which is why I it also leads me to believe that I'm on the right track and that I got the goods. But, you know, everybody wants to act like now, ever since Larry Ellison bought TikTok, that X is like the freedom of speech platform. I don't believe that at all. I think it's not as bad as TikTok, obviously, but I think that it's like X is the field where they allow you to post the content, but it's under a lot of scrutiny. They got the microscope on everybody and they're watching everything closely. And they also have their operatives pushing the information. I think that X is the place where intelligence assets are feeding the Fed slop, so to speak. I do. I do not think that you're really getting the kind of freedom of speech on X that's promoted. I don't know if we're getting true freedom of speech anywhere anymore, to be honest. You know, if I had to say the one platform that I felt the most comfortable with, believe it or not, it's Facebook. It's Facebook. A drastic change from 5 years ago, but it is.
Up to you about 4, 5, 6 months ago, where it was, Kennedy was getting confirmed. It was Saturday morning. I was going to do a 7-8 mile hike up these hills. I go meet this Navy SEAL and his buddy. We all get out of the car at 7 a.m. and we're already all listening to Candace Owens saying Kennedy is having sex with a Mossad agent, she thinks, and with no evidence. And there's this woman with a car he gave her, and he's in the Epstein files. And we listened to it while we hiked. We go, this is all bullshit. No, she moved on from that. But it was right when he was getting confirmed. Her and her minions. But Candace Owens continues to make claims about Egyptian planes and then about hit teams in Fort Huachuca and 12 colonels, and this guy wanders in, and they're planning the killing of Kirk, and this congressman's there, and Erica Kirk's there, and the head of their security's there, and I spent good money getting the actual flight data, the professional data, and it's like all lies. And I published it a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks, and say, hey, I'm worried here, Candace. Her surrogates, all with the same talking points within 5 hours, attacked me. I'm not dumb. Yes, Candace Owens.
But, you know, and this goes back to what I've been saying. I keep saying it over and over again, and I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. Everybody's getting distracted. The Fort Huachuca, the Egyptian planes, the French legionnaires, or whatever. And all these different characters, all these different people, all these different places. All we got to do is stick to the scene. If you stick to the scene and you focus on the footage, the people that we already know, the statements that they made that are proven false, all the different anomalies, and I'm not going to rattle them off. I've done that plenty of times. If you're watching this, then you've heard me talk about it at least 5 times. But if you stick to the scene, we have everything we need. At least I believe so. Maybe not have everything we need to see who was responsible, but we have enough to discredit the narrative. So all this other stuff, to me, it's a lot of noise. It's a lot of noise. What we really need is an honest DOJ that's gonna try to figure out the truth and do a real investigation and not cover up the crime. Because if we had an honest FBI and honest law enforcement, and they were putting all these people in rooms and really trying to interrogate them and get the truth, we would find out the truth. Okay, all this talking about Fort Huachuca, whatever, and all this other crap. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's false, but I'm not putting all my attention on it either. It's stick to the scene. Why aren't the people that are supposed to be asking the questions and doing the investigation asking the questions and doing the investigation? There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise. You got to drown out the noise, ignore the noise. Focus on the scene.
Is totally mentally ill and has a handler, or is a super evil globalist. That's it. And I'm done. I'm done playing games. I'm done with half measures. You guys have major threats.
But you see, he's contradicting himself there too, because first he's saying, "Oh, she's the left. She's the left." Now she's a globalist. Okay, let's not pretend there are globalists out there. But this deep state globalist organization, it's not just the left. It's people on the right too. The left and the right, that's our distraction. That's the charade they put on for Americans. So which is it? Which is it? Is she getting propped up by the left? Is she working for the left to take down the right? Or is she a globalist? You know what I mean? I don't know. I think Alex Jones is full of shit. Either that or he's just really confused right now.
Let's fill your hand. Let's go. Let's go. Because I'm not going to sit here and watch you engage in this type of insane crap. You don't know anything. When I immediately saw that kook ball and him saying, I walk into a room in a skiff, you don't get in those. They got armed guards and scanners and pass cards and all this. And he walks in with 12 colonels. They don't have 12 colonels for an assassination. It's all horse crap. All of it. And then as soon as they have their alibis, they're on C-SPAN. Oh, well, he was there later. No, he was there at 11 a.m. And your own cult followers don't respond to the facts. You just say, Jones is bullying a woman, and Jones is trying to ostracize her with psychological warfare. No, she puts out lies that I'm forced to go research, and I'm forced to go look at. And then when it's a lie, I nicely say, this is a lie, and just like... So, here's my bottom line.
See, and that part he might be right about. I mean, this Mitch Snow guy, apparently from what I understand, it is proven that he was there. But the question, it's not about whether or not he was at the base, but it's who and what he saw at the base. But regardless, what I keep saying, and they're trying to, like, Alex Jones trying to be like, oh, they're acting like there was 12 colonels and this big meeting going on. It's bullshit. The congressman was in D.C. 11 o'clock. Why won't they admit it? All the Candace people, like, oh, no, Mitch Snow, like, we know he was there. They're burying themselves. They're getting caught in their own lies. But they're just arguing about all this other bullshit. They're arguing about all these other things. Why aren't they arguing about the people on the scene? Turning Point USA, Erica Kirk's proven lies, Brian Harpol's proven lies, Dan Flood's proven lies, Rob McCoy, Mikey McCoy, Andrew Kovet, Blake Neff, all these different people. Why is all this chaos? Why is Alex Jones going back and forth between accusing Candace Owens of being an evil globalist or someone working for the left about Egyptian planes and Mitch Snow, instead of working with her and them both sticking to the scene? I think that's shady as hell. And that's why I've been critical of Candace Owens. You know, I've been critical because I think that she gets too off track. Now, I also don't know what she knows. I don't know the information that she has access to. So I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt now. But me, personally, I wish she would stick to the scene too. And seeing her and Alex Jones going back and forth about all this, although I don't even think that it's been a back and forth really, because Candace hasn't even really been on lately. So Alex Jones, it's like he's just... It almost seems like a publicity stunt, or that he's, you know, maybe getting some of that BB money. I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't. And even if this little part of what Alex Jones is saying is credible right now, that the congressman wasn't at the base and Mitch Snow isn't a credible witness, which, I mean, I don't know. I've heard some bad things about him. But like I said, I never got that invested into that. There's enough evidence. There's enough other more important factors that we should be putting our time, energy, and resources into if we're going to really investigate the Charlie Kirk case than to worry about Mitch Snow. Now, should somebody be looking into that? Yes. Should Candace be the one and be doing all these episodes about it? I don't know. I don't think so. I think Candace should be sticking to Erica, sticking to Turning Point USA, sticking to Turning Point USA Faith, calling everybody out on the lies. But that's just my opinion. Let's see what else this jerk-off has to say.
Candace Owens has endorsed a man with dozens of restraining orders, with fake names, admitting in court he bashes women's heads in. And she's his source. That at Fort Huachuca, you got all these TPUSA people with 12 colonels planning the murder of Charlie Kirk. And she tries to say she never said that. We got the compilations, dumbass. We got you saying it. You're a bad person. And I can't believe I've got to spend my time on this type of crap.
See, even that. Why would that make her a bad person? Alex Jones is saying that Candace Owens is a bad person because of the actions that were allegedly done by her witness. That makes Candace a bad person? I don't know. I think that's kind of a strong statement I think it's kind of a foolish statement.
We'll deal with TPUSA and whatever happened in Cash Patel with the cover up. That's all going on. But the perfect way to cover up what really went on is this type of stuff you do. This Fort Huachuca and all this other stuff. And you got the guy you say is not the shooter. They say it's a beautiful young man. He's up there with his trans flag tie on, smiling. Pull up Tyler Robinson, the only video we got. Laughing, smiling, look like it's the devil himself. Did he have help? Hell yeah. We know at least 10 trannies said in the 3 days before he'll be dead the day he comes there. We're not saying don't look at the investigation. What we're saying is your people have the same talking point. She's the only one investigating. Lies. So we're done with the cult of Kansas Owens. So you want to play chicken with me? Don't worry. You ain't got a way to get off the road. Let me tell you how this game of chicken works. You ain't allowed to turn the wheel.
So, wait. Alex Jones is now going with the Tyler Robinson narrative? Is that what did I just get that correct? That Alex Jones is trying to push the Fed slop and say that Tyler Robinson with an army of trannies assassinated Charlie Kirk? Oh, come on, bro. And I swear, this is the first time that I'm watching this. I did not watch this before I turned the camera on. I actually prefer to watch things for the first time with the camera on because it's just, I don't know, it's more authentic. You know what I mean? But oh no, Alex, what happened to you? Alex Jones is very lost right now. Very lost. If Alex Jones is really trying to push this Tyler Robinson narrative and say that Tyler Robinson and an army of gay trannies assassinated Charlie Kirk, then he's out of his damn mind. He is out of his damn mind. Now, that's not to say that he's 100% wrong about everything else that he's saying, but Alex Jones is not a credible source of information for this Charlie Kirk investigation. No way. No way. All right, so Ryan Matta, who I'm a very big fan of, by the way, he was actually one of the first people to get back to me, too, which I appreciated. I had a little back and forth with him once on X. I thought it was cool to answer. So it just shows that he's accessible, and he seems like a really down-to-earth, real person. He does a lot of great work himself, and he is a very, very, very big Candace supporter. So he's been giving his take on this Alex Jones nonsense. I haven't watched this yet. We're going to watch it together. I want to see what Ryan has to say. Oh my God, I need a new computer. This is crazy. See what I'm dealing with here?
Big shout out to my man from convict to conservative. He says that, well, he's not saying, Alex Jones is saying that if you don't believe the Fed slop narrative, you don't believe that Tyler Robinson was a lone trans shooter on the roof and somehow Charlie Kirk was a magic man of steel and stopped a 30-6 round with his neck, and that you don't believe that Erica Kirk and the autopsy and the doctors and every other lie that they told us. If you don't believe that, you're a deep state operative, you work for the Democrat Party, you're associated or a CIA asset, and you're an MI6 asset, and Candace Owens is as well. So keep that in mind. Check this clip out. Midlife crisis, complete meltdown, or has Alex completely lost it? I'm not sure, but credibility, she gone. Check this out.
I remember saying to them, like I said, I got to investigate her now. I got a bad feeling. I didn't have a bad feeling.
Oh, that's
God
what we
gave
just
me a good
watched.
brain. I already knew. I dropped the ball. I apologize. She's a globalist agent. I dropped the ball and I failed you.
Right. We don't have to listen to this whole thing again.
I want the lie.
Candace hasn't put out a video in 9 days. The video in 9 days.
Because you work for the deep state and the Democratic Party and the CIA and MI6, and I see your ass. So you just get ready. This ain't my first rodeo.
So let me remind you that Candace Owens hasn't put out a video in 9 days.
I think I said the same thing
Alex
earlier.
started to attack Candace maybe like 7 days ago. And he's acting like she's replying or rebuttaling his videos and she's putting out a video. Candace hasn't put out a video in 9 days. So Alex is like, I don't know if he's lost his mind and he thinks Candace is responding. And then there's some like escalation in this exposed. But Candace hasn't responded, hasn't put out a video, nothing. So I'm just curious on where this is coming from. And I wonder if the people at InfoWars, like Harrison, I mean, Chase left, Owen left. Chase and Owen were pretty big contributors to making InfoWars what it was. And now Alex is by himself, and he's lost his rudders. He's lost probably two of his best voices, to bounce things off of. Like, you have to think that Harrison wants to be like, Alex, dude, you need to tone it down. You really should, because you're losing the court of public opinion, and you're making yourself look like an unhinged lunatic right now. Like, where is this coming from? So I'm just curious if the people at InfoWars have, they probably want to say something to Alex, but they're like, oh, see what happened to Owen when he tried that. So we won't go down that rabbit hole. But I don't know what's going on, guys. I want to know what you guys think. They replaced Owen Schroyer with Brianna Morello. Sorry. It's not the InfoWars spirit. The InfoWars spirit would have been pulling up somebody like fucking, I don't know, like an Ian Carroll or somebody like that. But just saying. Let me know what you guys think. We out. Peace.
All right, so in all honesty, I've never watched a full episode of InfoWars in my entire life. So at the end, when he was talking about the people that left and who they were replaced with, I can't really comment on. But it seems like me and Ryan are pretty much on the same page with this, that Alex Jones lost his mind. He lost his mind. I really don't want to believe the rumors that he was just always like a big psyop, and I don't know. I don't think that that's true. Now, did he get in too deep? Did he get blackmailed somewhere along the way and get acquired as an asset? It's totally possible. Seeing this video that we just watched, I mean, I don't want to make that accusation, but I think it's very believable. I think it's a lot more believable than, I don't know. But yeah, Alex Jones, come back home. If I were Alex Jones, I would take a little bit of time off. I would just eat some healthy food, do things that bring you closer to God, pray, enjoy your favorite hobbies. Just unplug away from get away from all this chaos, all this stress, because it really is taxing. And I can't even imagine a guy like Alex Jones has been doing this for over 35 years or whatever it's been. I don't know how long he's been doing this. I gotta say, it's probably over 30 years. Me, like, after 6 months, I was like losing my mind, like just constantly going down these rabbit holes and constantly putting all your time and energy into investigating the evils of the world. It really takes its toll on you. And this guy's been at it for a very long time, and I think it's time for him to unplug. I really do. It's definitely time for him to unplug. Like watching Alex Jones like this and coming at Candace and saying, and it's not even the fact that he's coming at Candace, but it's why he's coming at Candace, the timing with everything going on with the Charlie Kirk case and Epstein and everything going on with Israel. It's like, it's very sus. It's very sus. It's very sad for multiple reasons. And I think this guy just needs to take a vacation. But let's see what else we can find. All right, so this is interesting. So Project Constitution, shout out to them, by the way. They are awesome. So they are the ones that they've actually probably done more work in this Charlie Kirk investigation than anybody that I could think of. They come up with a lot of different information. They go into the financials, they go into the records, like they connect the dots on paper that a lot of people don't even think about. And they came out the other day saying that Terrell Farnsworth, the one who was caught pulling down the cameras and the SIM cards, that he has a cousin that's working on Tyler Robinson's law counsel, which would obviously be a huge conflict of interest and be even more evidence of a cover-up or a major conspiracy, or actually both. But now he's saying that, I got the video here so you guys could see, but I want to read this. Okay, so Project Constitution exposed the Farnsworth Mormon Mafia, TPUSA insiders, crime scene cover-ups, kickbacks, and doomsday grifts. The Farnsworth clan is no ordinary Arizona family. They're a deeply connected Mormon power network with fingers in TPUSA, state politics, shell companies, and even the Charlie Kirk assassination scene. Let's lay out the web. The SD cover-up king. Terrell Farnsworth, TPUSA AV guy, caught pulling SD cards from cameras behind Charlie right after the hit, then lying about it. Filmed a bizarre selfie video at the scene while his friend lay dead. His father, Dwayne Farnsworth, bankruptcy attorney and key player in shady Arizona companies. The kickback pipeline. Dwayne co-founded multiple ventures with Tyler Bauer, TPUSA COO, and Jake Hoffman, AZ state senator. All right, that's interesting. We're going to have to look into that one later. Their old company dissolved in 2021, morphed into 110 LLC, a marketing firm with no office, just a UPS store mailbox that somehow raked in $4.7 million from TPUSA entities. Oh, wow. Boyer went from wage garnishment debt hell in 2017 to dropping $650K cash on a mansion months after 110 launched and the money started flowing. If insiders like Bauer and Hoffman are partners in 110, every donor dollar routed through that mailbox could be an illegal kickback, which could also be a motive for the assassination. Just saying. Senator David Farnsworth, Terrell's cousin once removed, obsessed with EMP blackout wars, lobbied Arizona with Erica Kirk's mother, Lori France, for grid defense contracts. And isn't the EMP testing done at Fort Huachuca, I believe? Former Rep. Eddie Farnsworth, David's brother, blocked child sex abuse bills, sold charter school empire for $56 million while consulting on the side. This isn't coincidence. It's a tight-knit Mormon elite network protecting their own, grifting on national security fears, and allegedly siphoning in millions from TPUSA donors. Terrell tampers with evidence, Dwayne ties to shell company kickback web, family lobbying with Erica's mom. Why the total radio silence from TPUSA accounting? Why refuse Charlie's dying wish for a Doge audit? They're terrified of where the money trail leads. We're asking the questions they can't answer. Demand transparency, demand the audit. Charlie Kirk built TPUSA to fight the swamp, not become it. Massive credit to Mia Stretch and ex Nielo. I'm sorry, my pronunciation is terrible. For their exhaustive investigating that uncovered this corrupt cabal. Please follow them both. And tag Candace Owens. We are real close to the finish line. The connections are too deep to ignore. Share if you want real accountability. Also follow Finance Wolves and make sure to check out the full bombshell report below exposing the massive illegal kickback scheme between Jake Hoffman, Tyler Bauer, and the Farnsworth clan. Now, that is explosive. That is explosive. And it's not the first time that Project Constitution has made some allegations like this. And I just want to note, if they were lying, if this information was wrong, it would be getting taken down right away and they'd be getting sued. Right? Wouldn't that be defamation? Like, couldn't you get sued? Couldn't you get in a lot of trouble for this? So it's still up, as is the other reports that they had come out with. So, I mean, there is no denial. Like, the only way they get away with this cover-up is if people don't care. Is that people don't, the people don't demand the accountability and the truth to come out. If everyone just keeps marching to the beat of the drum and just going about their day, going to work their shit jobs, just keep paying their bills, worry about one foot in front of them, just do what they got to do, worry about themselves, they could get away with this. If everybody starts making calls and starts calling their local elected officials and calling their congressmen and asking the questions, spam everybody on social media, I mean, I don't know why people aren't all just calling the FBI. Just straight up. Like, people should be protesting outside the doors of the FBI, demanding a true, honest investigation into this and trying to find out why that's not being done. Because there is a web. There is a lot of shadiness that was going on with Turning Point USA, and there are a lot of guilty people involved in this. A lot, from the finances within the company to foreign motivations and influence and what's going on with Turning Point USA Faith. And I mean, even the what was revealed in those FARA documents about the 500 plus churches that are getting targeted. What do they call it? Geofencing, where Israel filed so that they would be allowed to send pro-Israel propaganda to the phones of people within the vicinities of over 500 churches. How many of those, and it's on the West Coast, by the way, how many of those churches are connected with Turning Point USA Faith? Is Rob McCoy's church one of those churches, or people affiliated with him, where people from Turning Point USA Faith and pastors connected with them and affiliates are promoting pro-Israel propaganda? And the people that are going to church thinking that they're going to learn about Jesus or learn about why they should swear their allegiance to Israel while Israel's spamming their phones with propaganda? I mean, all these webs, all these timelines, all these documents, all these reports, it's all being done with factual information. These aren't conspiracy theories. You know, these aren't just a bunch of kooks in their mom's basement trying to connect dots that aren't there. Like, you have a lot of very serious people that do this for a living that are investing everything. I mean, even me, like this whole platform was built on sharing the truth and just sharing the truth, just an honest platform, no bullshit, no agenda. I'm not getting paid by anybody. I'm not left. I'm not right. As I was saying before, if you're still pushing this left versus right bullshit, this WWE charade, then I'm not going to call people names, but you're not too bright and you need to do a little more research. But this is crazy. This is just crazy. And I really hope that Candace does make an episode about this and finds out the truth. Because this is the kind of stuff that we need to look at. Like I keep saying, we need to pay attention to the scene, the people on the scene. Pay attention to the scene, pay attention to the money. You study the footage, you analyze all the footage, all the people on the scene, what they did, all the hand signals, all the nonsense. You follow the money. You do deep dives into everybody's personal accounts and their families. You're going to find the truth. All right. You see, this is good. And this is what happens when you're full of shit. You see what we're looking at here? So Erica Kirk, I guess, quoted on this great book tour that she's doing, which I am so happy she did this, by the way. I wish she did it sooner, because every time this girl gets in front of a camera, she just lies through her teeth about everything. About everything. Like it it wasn't enough that she's lying about Charlie telling people that he was afraid he was going to get killed right before he got killed. Don't forget that. She had those messages. She had Charlie's phone. She had those messages in Charlie's phone where he's texting Dan Flood and Andrew Colvett and God knows who else that he was worried they were going to kill him. And she said never happened until Candace called her out on it. And then all of a sudden, I found it on Signal. But he was talking about the left. It's like, get out of here. But now, because she's been going around saying that she doesn't drink, she wasn't a party girl, she didn't date, she was just like this good, innocent Christian, and, everyone's digging up the dirt on her. And it's like, no, well, if you didn't date, then who are these guys that you're with? And what's with these pictures? And look at this video of you drunk out of your face and drinking liquor and ordering drinks here and ordering drinks there. And, I swear to God, if Erica Kirk wasn't connected and wasn't who she is and didn't have the parents she had, this girl would be working bottle service. Like I said, the more this woman talks and the more people look into her, the more she gets exposed. And I think it's criminal. I do. I think that this woman should be in jail. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. There's not enough evidence yet to implicate her in the actual conspiracy, the assassination of her husband, but there is definitely enough evidence to implicate her in the cover-up. 100%. And now there's also reports coming out, which this actually reminds me, because I haven't had time to look into it and verify it, find out if it's true. But apparently, Erica Kirk's family isn't even all Christian. that she has a lot of cousins and relatives in her family that are Jewish, and that she may even have family going back on the Jewish side that's connected to the Jewish mob. And I really got to look into that. But let's keep going. I need a break from this devil woman today. What is this? The man, the myth, the legend, Ian Carroll. Let's see. I'm building a Charlie Kirk master database. Oh.
Guys, I'm building a Charlie Kirk assassination investigation master database to access all the YouTube videos about the topic at the click of a button. And it's going to be crazy. It's prepping right here. I'll show you in just a second. But a lot of you guys have been tripping out like where I'm at this weekend. Don't worry. I'm like deep down the fucking rabbit hole. I'm fine. I'm going to come back and comment on this all the madness probably tomorrow. This week, we're here. But dude, I'm just so nerding out on this. I've been busy, and I'm about to show you how busy I've been. I'm supposed to make some content about Buyer, but I've been busy making web stuff, and you're gonna see why. We'll make Buyer stuff this week. Don't worry. See, it's on the App Store. You can go get it right now if you want. But what I'm trying to talk about is this shit. So a lot of you guys might have seen me working with Web. This is an AI tool that we are building to help analyze the Epstein files that everyone's gonna get access to, so you can analyze the Epstein files too. And I was going to sleep the other night, and I realized I can use this motherfucker to analyze YouTube videos.
Look at like the light bulb moment that Ian Carroll is having, like, or reenacting that he had when he realized that he could take the tools that he's using to source things for Epstein and use it into the Charlie Kirk case. Which, I mean, I didn't do on anywhere near this kind of scale, but, you know, I was using AI my own way. Mostly with ChatGPT, just using models and when I say models, I mean like you program the app to look for certain information, specific information, and to analyze it in a specific way and look for patterns and whatnot. So that's what I was doing most of the summer with Epstein files. And when I say Epstein files, I mean like my own Epstein files that I was creating by sourcing with AI. But long story short, once Charlie died, like right away, I'm just like trying to find ways. How could I use this model or these models to do my own investigation into the Charlie Kirk case? And I did to some degree and came up with some theories that haven't really changed too much, you know, in the past 3 months. But anyway, let's get back to, I want to hear more about what he's saying. I'll touch on more of that later.
Real fast. So I went and I downloaded every Candace Owens video that she's made since Charlie was assassinated, converted the transcripts to PDFs, uploaded the PDFs, and it's now analyzing all of them, and I can ask it questions. Like, what has Candace said about Ben Shapiro? It comes up with all these responses, cites its sources. Ben's past rhetoric. Candace mockingly references Ben's own aggressive language, noting that he once tweeted that Ron Paul was gripping the pen as he would the neck of a Jew. And there's a source, and we can click on that source, and we can pull it up in the transcript with highlights. That exact quote is right here. As in previous debates, he is now gripping the pen as he would the neck of a Jew. But I want you to focus on this one right here. This is a real-life tweet from Ben Shapiro accusing any American Jew. Remember those words. This is a real-life tweet from Ben Shapiro accusing any American Jew. Check this out. You see, I realized as I was falling asleep that I can produce a YouTube link that will link to a specific time code start in any YouTube video.
That's actually really interesting.
Do you remember this quote? This is a real-life tweet from Ben Shapiro accusing any American Jew. Well, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a link. Click.
Those are actually his words. This is a real-life tweet from Ben Shapiro accusing any American Jew who is pro-Israel of being Israel first is a pure form of anti-Semitism.
Do you see what just happened? We search for what Candace has said about Ben Shapiro. It tells us what she said about Ben Shapiro. It cites the source. We go to the transcript. It's right there. It highlights where she said that and when. There's a link right there. You click the link. Bam. The video immediately opens at that timestamp and shows you the video where she said that he said that. And if you're starting to imagine all the ways that this can be used when you include way more than just Candace's content into this database, Your boy is way ahead of you. When did Candace say go Max for the first time? According to the transcript, on July 18th, Charlie Kirk hosts Tucker Carlson at SAS. This brings in the Tucker element, right? He tells Tucker to go Max, call out Israel, blah, 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 blah. So it wasn't Candace who first said go Max. It was Charlie Kirk who told Tucker Carlson to go Max at this event. There's a source. We click on that source. It scrolls to that exact location. And right here, we have the link to that timestamp. And we open a video immediately.
Yeah, first time the Go Max got heard, it was when Megyn Kelly revealed that footage.
I'm not keeping my mouth shut. Now, on July 1st, Macron sends another legal threat. On July 18th, this is where things get really interesting, Charlie Kirk hosts Tucker Carlson at SAS. This brings in the Tucker element, right? He tells Tucker to go Max, call out Israel, Jeffrey Epstein, just go Max. And guess what? Tucker really did go Max. I want to actually play for you this clip of what Tucker said on stage. Take a listen.
The unfairness of it drives you crazy.
Do you see where we're going with this? Because, oh boy, are we going with this. We are currently downloading the transcripts of 8,479 videos.
Wow.
6,000 are completed. None failed, by the way. We got some of our favorite boys in the chat. We got some of our favorite ones downloading. We got some homies. And so what we're building is an archive of the transcripts of every YouTube video from every creator that's been working on the Charlie Kirk investigation, both people that are pro TPUSA and the normal narrative and people that are questioning the normal narrative. And we're putting all of them into a database where you can ask it questions about who said this and who said that and who changed their story and who talked shit and when was this said and where was this said, and it will pull you those moments out of the transcripts with clickable links that will immediately open those videos at those timestamps for your clipping enjoyment, for your viewing pleasure, for your own research, you know? And lordy lord, we're starting with the Charlie Kirk investigation, but I can only imagine where this capability will go. Just don't tell YouTube, because they're not super hyped on the way that I'm getting all these transcripts, and it's a secret. So I was supposed to make content about Bayer. Sorry, team. I've just been really busy, having a great time, dropping down the vibe coding rabbit hole, and it's going great. But we had a great Christmas. We did a lot of shit, and we'll be back to live streaming tomorrow for the rest of the week, and we will be going Max. Guys, I'm building.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And I really like how he said that he's going to be, he's going to include videos of basically the opposition, the people that are going with the Turning Point Fed slop narrative too, because you have to do it that way. You can't just do things one-sided. You know, in order for this to have credibility, he has to balance out the content that he's uploading from people that are investigating, going against the narrative, and people that are going with. And it's better to do that way anyway, because when you do it that way, you're going to catch more lies. Wow, this is awesome. Man, I really got to get like a better computer and get better stuff so that I could do more too myself. Because I'm like really limited with what I'm able to do with the equipment that I have, which really sucks. But yeah, shout out to Ian Carroll. He is the man. Hopefully he uploads some Bases Based in there. I mean, I'm not even on radar yet, but I will be. Dave Smith writes, big day for Trump. He got some one-on-one time with his boss. Now it says Trump says the U.S. will support strikes on Iran if they continue with their ballistic missile program. Oh, my God. I mean, I feel like anyone who's really following this knows that it's just inevitable before Israel ropes us into a major conflict with Iran. I mean, they've been playing in this shit for 30 years, longer.
Will you support an attack, Israeli attack on Iran if Iran will not have a deal? If Iran will continue with their ballistic missiles and also nuclear weapons?
If they will continue with the missiles, yes. The nuclear, fast.
Look at the look on BB's face. Like, he looks like he's trying... Is it me, or am I just reaching? Or does he, like, look like he's, like, trying to keep a straight face, but he's holding back smiles? Like, holding back a big fat grin. Like, yes, finally. Fucking asshole.
Okay. One will be yes, absolutely. The other was, we'll do it immediately.
Immediately. Yeah. Wonderful. That's exactly what we want to hear. Like, what is wrong with people? All right, so that was fun for the most part. We learned that Alex Jones has officially lost his mind, probably. No, I think he actually officially lost his mind. We found out that Ian Carroll actually has something really cool cooking up. I really can't wait for him to release Web. I think that's going to be awesome. Also, check out the Buyer app if you haven't already. That's a great product he has. Ian has a lot of stuff cooking. He has a lot of stuff going on. He's working really hard, and he's found a lot of success recently, and I'm happy for him. Couldn't have happened to a better person. Really great guy. So shout out to Ian Carroll, and I can't wait for that Charlie Kirk investigation database that he's got working on. I think that's going to be really cool, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with that too. I'm hoping that we don't get into a major conflict with Iran. I mean, I don't want any conflicts with any nation. Iran, Venezuela, etc. Russia, obviously. I'm never going to give up on the idea that we could have world peace. I really, truly believe that if the powerful people of the world ever really decide to put God before their wealth and power, that the world would transform overnight. And I mean, all I can do is pray and try to raise awareness and just do my part to, you know, create a platform like I'm trying to do here, where it's just positive energy, honest information. Yeah, we go over some, you know, dark stuff and some conspiracy theory type stuff, but we do it in a way where it's objective and it's honest and it never comes from a hateful place. And I think that's really important for all of you. It could be really easy to start becoming resentful towards people and get angry, and it's real easy to express that on the internet. But just try not to. Just try not to. You know, it's good to be aware. It's important to be aware so that you're able to navigate through the world, but don't stoop to any of the low levels. Don't become hateful. Definitely never take it out on anybody else. And I don't know. I think that that's an important message to share. Also, yeah, you know, I like doing episodes like this where it's like kind of miscellaneous and, you know, just got the headphones on, going over other stuff. But I'm really just trying to pump out content in between my big deep dives. I have 2 that I'm working on right now simultaneously that I'm really looking forward to getting out. One is kind of a series, I guess I could call it, with Epstein. It started with the Les Wexner, and then we went into more the other day, getting into Robert Maxwell. And I'm going to have the next chapter of that coming out next. And then after that, I'm going to do my big Charlie Kirk episode where I get into what I've been doing with AI and what I keep talking about with the credibility reports. Now, it would have been really nice if Ian would have gotten this database out sooner. I wish I thought of it. I mean, I've been trying to do something like that, you know, within different AI softwares, but I've been having trouble with the memory. And, you know, like I said before, I'm limited in my capabilities based on my equipment. I mean, I'm working with the best that I can afford right now, and my computer just isn't that great. As time goes on and I grow the channel, I'm able to monetize a little bit, I'm going to reinvest in everything, you know, another camera, better computer, you know, whatever I need that can make this channel better and make my workflow smoother and faster and to make me be able to get better information. I think that that's, you know, the best way to do it. But like I said, I'm working with what I got right now. I'm doing the best I can. I have some limitations, but it is what it is. But as far as episodes like this, I would really like to do this kind of stuff live. It's still a small channel. I'm not even getting a lot of views on YouTube. My socials are doing good. My Instagram is doing good. My Facebook is doing good. I'm getting a lot of growth there. I'm getting some growth on TikTok, but I don't post a lot because they just like nitpick with everything. Like even I had a post about Michael Jackson. I said Michael Jackson was innocent and that they shouldn't have put him in the Epstein files. Like the way that they portrayed him with putting the black boxes over his kids' faces. Whatever, like it was an innocent post. I wasn't really saying much about other people. And TikTok took it down and they gave me a strike. I was like, what? And I appealed it and I won the appeal, but it took like 5 days. And then X, I was posting something else. I don't even remember what I posted. I've gotten my account locked on X like 3 times now. 2 of them were over Epstein. One of them might have been over Charlie Kirk. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. It's just annoying, but it is what it is. But like I was saying, once I get a little bit more of a following, I would love to do episodes like this live where I just check out content. I see what you guys like. I can interact with you guys, which would make it a lot more fun instead of just sitting here talking to a camera by myself. I still find it kind of awkward and weird, but I'm getting used to it. What am I going to do? I just need to get a little bit more of a following. If I knew that I would have even a small group, like 50 or 100 people watching on a live and interacting in the comments and stuff, that would be really cool. And so let me know in the comments if that's something that you'd want to see and that you guys would, be down for too. And I'll try to figure out what time would be best, what time I could do, whether it's during the day or at night. It really doesn't matter to me. But if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for taking the time out to watch my content. I really appreciate it. And remember, be kind, be grateful, try to do a good deed for somebody, and I will see you next time. All right.